Quick question. How much food did you throw away last month? For the average household, the honest answer is roughly a third of the fresh stuff produced that went soft, leftovers that went fuzzy, that head of cabbage you bought with great intentions. That's real money. Families lose well over $1,000 a year to food waste, and it's mostly a planning problem, not a cooking one. Now, AI can't taste your sauce. It can't stand over a pan and tell you when the garlic's about to burn. But planning, shopping lists, figuring out dinner from whatever's left in the fridge, that's exactly the kind of boring, structured, data-shaped problem AI is shockingly good at. Today I've got 7 tools with real 2026 pricing that cover the whole kitchen loop. Plan the week, generate the list, use what you already own, and even pick the wine. And if you watched our meal plan experiment episode, you know we approached this category with healthy skepticism. These are the tools that survived it. Let's get into it.
Number 1, FoodiePrep, and it earns the top slot for one reason. It closes the loop. Most meal apps do one thing. FoodiePrep does the whole chain, generates a weekly plan with AI based on your diet, budget, and time. It turns that plan into a grocery list automatically, and here's the killer feature: that list is pantry aware. It cross-checks what you already own and flags the items you don't need to buy. That's the third jar of Paprika problem, solved by software. It also imports recipes from basically any website, so you're not rebuilding your cookbook from scratch. Pricing is friendly, a genuinely useful free tier with a pro plan around $5 a month. Who's it for? Busy households. Anyone whose what's for dinner debate is a nightly event. In our testing, the pantry matching wasn't perfect. It trusts you to log what you buy, but the first week it paid for itself by killing the duplicate buys alone.
Number 2, Mealime, the best free entry point in the category. Where FoodiePrep is a full household system, Mealime is a torpedo. Install it, answer a 60-second questionnaire about diets, dislikes, and portion sizes, and it hands you a week of meals built from recipes that deliberately use few ingredients. The kind where you're not buying a whole jar of something for 1 teaspoon. Pick your meals, and the grocery list builds itself, organized by aisle, scaled to your servings. That constraint is the feature. Simple recipes with overlapping ingredients means less spoilage by design. The free tier is genuinely usable, not a demo. Pro runs about $6 a month if you want the full recipe library. Who's it for? Singles and couples who want tonight's dinner solved in the time it takes to decide on takeout, which, let's be honest, is exactly the moment the food waste battle is won or lost.
Number 3, eat this much for the macro crowd. Every other app on this list asks what you like to eat. Eat this much asks what you're trying to hit: calories, protein, carbs, fat. Set the numbers and it automatically generates a day or a week of meals that lands on target, then builds the shopping list to match. If you've ever tried to hit a protein goal by improvising, you know the failure mode. Thursday arrives, you're out of everything, and dinner becomes peanut butter from the jar. This app plans the groceries so the goal survives contact with reality. It's got a free tier, with premium around $9 a month for the fuller feature set. Fair warning on the vibe: it is a numbers machine. If tracking feels like filing taxes to you, skip to the next tool. But if you're training for something or just want the spreadsheet energy off your plate, nothing else in the category does targets this cleanly.
Number 4, Paprika 3, the rebel of this list because it's the only one with no subscription. You pay about $5 once per platform and you own it. Paprika isn't really an AI planner, it's the best recipe organizer ever built. Its web clipper grabs a recipe from any cooking site and strips out the life story, the ads, and the 30 photos of flour, leaving you the actual ingredients and steps. Then it scales servings with a tap and collates multiple recipes into one consolidated grocery list. The waste angle is subtle but real. When your recipes are findable, you cook from what the list says instead of improvising and overbuying. The AI piece, bring your own, more on that at the end. Who's Paprika for? People with an existing cookbook, screenshot hoarders, and anyone whose eye twitches at the words monthly subscription. In a category where everything rents, Paprika is the one you buy.
Number 5, DishGen, the most directly anti-waste tool here. Its whole premise: tell it what's in your fridge. Half a bell pepper, cooked rice, that lone sausage, the sad green onions. And it generates an actual recipe built around exactly those things, complete with steps and a nutrition estimate. This is the there's nothing to eat killer, because the problem was never nothing. It was no recipe connecting the random half ingredients into dinner. DishGen generates one in seconds, and it'll trim or substitute intelligently, so you're not buying a new jar of something to use up the old something. It's freemium, a few free generations a month, subscription beyond that. Honest verdict: the recipes are solid home cooking territory, not restaurant revelations. But that's not the job. The job is converting would-be trash into dinner, and it does that week after week. Keep it on your phone's back page for the night before grocery day. That's its natural habitat.
Number 6, Samsung Food, formerly known as Whisk, and it's the ecosystem play. The core loop is familiar. Save recipes from anywhere on the web, schedule them on a calendar, generate the grocery list, and optionally send that list straight to a delivery service. What makes it interesting is scale and integration. The free tier is genuinely generous: recipe saving, planning, and lists without paying anything. And if your kitchen happens to contain Samsung appliances, it syncs with them. Recipes pushed to the smart oven screen, shopping synced to the family fridge. Premium runs about $6 a month for the AI planning features and deeper integrations. The honest framing: if you're not in the Samsung universe, this is a solid 3-in-1 app that ties with several others on this list. If you are phone, fridge, TV, the whole constellation, it's less an app and more the connective tissue for your kitchen. Either way, the free tier costs nothing to try.
Number 7, a bonus that upgrades everything above it. Sommo, an AI wine pairing app. You've planned the meal with FoodiePrep, cooked it with your list-checked groceries, and now you're in the wine aisle playing the oldest gamble in home dining, picking by label design. Sommo ends that. Tell it what's for dinner and it recommends pairings, and this is the part I respect, with the reasoning explained. Why the acidity works with the tomato sauce. Why the tannins fight the fat in that steak. That means every dinner quietly teaches you a little wine theory, so the app makes you better, not just dependent. It also handles the restaurant scenario: scan a wine list and get instant picks at your price point, which is a superpower on a date. It's free with premium options, and pairing quality and testing was legitimately good, not sommelier deep, but far past drink what you like, which was never advice anyway. Small tool, real upgrade.
The 2026 kitchen stack in one breath. FoodiePrep if you want the whole plan shop pantry loop in one app. Mealime if you want free and fast and simple. Eat this much if your meals answer to a macro target. Paprika 3 if you'd rather buy once than rent forever. DishGen for the leftover night that used to end in the trash. Samsung Food if your kitchen is already an ecosystem. And Sommo for the bottle that makes the meal. The pattern across all 7: none of them cook. What they do is destroy the little planning failures, the duplicate buys, the missing ingredient runs, the nothing-to-eat ordering that quietly cost families over $1,000 a year. Start with 1, not 7. Pick the tool that matches your biggest kitchen frustration, run it for 2 weeks, and stack from there. Your fridge and your grocery bill will notice.
Before we go, the free trick I promised. You don't need any app for the pantry problem. Open any chatbot and paste this. Plan 5 dinners using only these ingredients, then list exactly what I need to buy. Paste in your pantry, your fridge, whatever's half used. You'll get a plan, a list, and 0 new jars of paprika. It's the same engine the paid apps run on. If this saved you from even one sad drawer vegetable, subscribing is the kindest thing you can do to the algorithm on our behalf, and it genuinely funds more deep dives like this. Tell us in the comments, what's the AI tool you actually use in your kitchen, or the food waste crime you're most ashamed of? No judgment. We've all bought the 3rd paprika. See you in the next one.